schedule was a mess and I can fix it. So I gave actionable steps on how you could prioritize like a pro. So it brought me back to a time when I remember a scripture, it's Proverbs 16:3. So a lot of times I do my best to, if you're familiar with the word, you got NIV versions, you got King James, whatever. I do read from the King James initially. What I got from it, what I gathered from it, and that's the part I want to give you. You have to throw your work into God's hands and watch your plans fall into place. So I did a short on that and told you to attack the day. Breaking that down, it wasn't until I did all of these steps that I realized I was too busy focused on controlling everything, right? And one of the things you have to understand is, there's another scripture, paraphrasing here, faith without works is dead. And that's what I've always emphasized on why I do so much planning, why I do so much building, engineering systems for the betterment of myself and my family, right? And it led me to get to a point of, I have all these systems and things in place, and I get very rigid, very deep in focusing too much on that specific thing. When you take a system and you begin to use it, you have to make it your own. And that's something I always do, but there is a transitional period where you don't initially know what you're doing. But as long as you're following the plan, the goal is to set a standard, right? That's why I change and I use words like standard, systems, building things, something with an infrastructure, a solid base, the foundation that is going to be your life. A lot of times we get focused on religion, we get focused on our system, we get so focused on following a plan that you forget that you're human and that there is a certain level of chaos in your life that's uncontrollable, right? But it's important to understand that that's when you let God's hand come over you and He'll be the reason why everything works out. I've said this and I'll say it again, that you live long enough and life becomes a contradiction, because as your experiences and things go on, you start unlocking and having revelations within yourself to determine that what once worked for me no longer is serving me. And so you have to be willing to change, not be so rigid. I put a lot of tools in that article, the Pomodoro technique, Alex Hormozzi, 19 keys. I dropped a lot of names in that article. And essentially the main goal, what I want you to get, what I want you to focus on from that is build your systems, engineer your plans, focus on doing whatever that you can to attack your day. But focus on ensuring that you always remember that you're not in 100% control. As much as we say and think we are, life is unexpected. Life throws you curveballs, and everybody has a plan until you're punched in the face, right? You've heard that before, but it's very literal. I have these plans, you have all these techniques and various things, but what do you do when stuff hits the fan? That's when you're really tested. That's when your intentions come out. And if your intentions are true, it'll all work out. And if you want to discuss this more, there's links and various ways that we can connect. And I'll continue to follow up with this information and attack the day.